It's a boring question of the day.
Okay.
Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Unfortunately.
Do you like him?
Why would I like him?
Why wouldn't you not like him?
He just does a lot of misogynistic things.
Like?
From what I've seen, it's just like women belong in the kitchen. And I'm not a woman belong in the kitchen type of girl.
Yeah, I could tell.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hello, this is Maxwell with Z Gambit, and if you know me very well, you know I'm a fan of wokeism getting destroyed. Without wasting much time, let's go right into the videos and watch them together.
When given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions.
I don't think that matters.
That's your problem. You don't understand what's important.
What's important then, Mr. Sanders?
Y'all are completely out of line. That you don't even understand how the world works. Men build the world that you live in.
Oh, okay.
Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew of women? Who designed the metal work? Who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating? Who put that in? The car you drive, was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing none of those things. Oh, okay.
Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew of women? Who designed the metal work? Who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating? Who put that in? The car you drive, was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing none of those things.
So first of all, the first thing that I would like to say is that I'm a very huge fan of women and I love women progressing in technology and in any other field. However, it is also very wise to note that men are actually much more industrious than women when it comes to, building and taking the jobs that actually are very dangerous. And that is why society these days has lost it, because now these days we actually try to make women and men equal when we know that men and women should not be the same. Women are much more into comfortability, whereas men thrive much better even in chaos. If you look at most of the things that have been invented, they have been invented by men. I was seeing some days ago when an ad was actually produced. I don't know, Ford actually produced an ad where they were putting in things that were invented by women, such as the window wipers, the GPS, things like that. And that's quite impressive for sure, exactly. However, if you look at 95% of the things that have actually been invented, they were actually done by men. And there is no dispute whatsoever when it comes to that. And when you look at this video that we're watching here, this lady actually seems to not be getting the point. All she gets from that is the fact that women can't do anything. Whereas the man is actually telling her that men are needed in this world, because without this man, without men, the world would crumble to the ground, because there will be no inventions. We'll still be back in the Stone Age or the edge of the Ice Age. I don't know how you can call it, but either way, men are very important in society. So let's continue watching this video.
A nice guy or an asshole?
I like toxic shit, so asshole.
Toxic? Why?
I don't know, it's fun.
How come girls always date toxic guys? Like, it's such a common theme. Like, why is it?
I feel like sometimes women are attracted to chaos, but the good guys don't win, which is unfortunate because they should win.
Who ended the relationship, you or him?
Me.
Were you a good girlfriend?
No.
Simps and Western whores will be accounted by historians as the reason for the downfall of Western civilization.
He ain't lying.
So yeah, exactly. I actually agree with that. First of all, I'll talk about the last part, which says simps and American women, I would say, will be the downfall of society. At the moment, because feminists actually are coming, most of the feminists are American, and these, together with simps, actually changing the course of society and the course of history of the way things should be. And now coming to the first part of the video where these women actually talk about their preference for men. Most women actually do prefer guys that are chaotic, guys that are toxic, if you put it that way. But in the end, they always complain to say men are wrong, or men are dogs, men are whatever, trash. You may call it whatever, which, by the way, is misandry, which nobody talks about. They always talk about misogyny, but never talk about misandry, which is flying around everywhere around the world. So the standards are different when it comes to men and women in society and what happens to men and women. There is a different standard to that. So women would stop complaining about dating bad guys if they start making the right decisions. So you see, the reason why most guys are actually becoming bad guys is because they have learned that that is the only way that you get with the girls. If they are good guys, definitely they will not win. So as they say, nice guys finish last. That is a statement that actually is true in most cases. unless you are lucky as a nice guy to find a lady that actually just believes in you and actually just wants to be with you for who you really are. So that notion itself actually leads to many guys acting up as tough guys, and that is what many women actually complain now today, to say men are dogs, because they have made men to be in such a way, and also because of the preference of the men that they date, which is the toxic guys, the bad guys, as it is. So let's continue watching the next video.
What about when adult employee misgenders you intentionally?
While he's talking, you're talking.
You just misgendered me again.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Gotcha.
Both of you have.
Wasn't intentional, but if you want to take it personal, that's also.
Well, she did do it intentionally twice.
You're talking to me too.
You said she and then you said he.
You're being condescending, and if you want to continue, I have full authority to escort you out the building right this moment if you want to play that game with me.
Okay.
Would you like to continue 3 days before Christmas? I really don't mind.
I'm good. I'll just put this on.
So, talking about transgenderism and also the work culture in America, it's good that there are people standing up against this kind of thing happening. You know, this is actually very wrong in the first place. You shouldn't be calling a man she and a woman he just because they prefer to. Me, when I look at you, I see you as a man, I'll call you he, because that is your pronoun as it is. I don't have to be detected upon what you believe. So your idea of who you think you are does not change who I think you really are. So you can't dictate to me how I address you, how my perspective should change because of what you believe. So most of these people are actually people who think they are progressive, but they are not, because they do not believe other people's views. They want their views to be heard, but don't want other people's views to be heard. But that is a problem on its own. You can't demand to be heard if you don't hear other people as well, because we do believe that we have the right to choose what we see and what we call whatever we want to call. So if I call you he and you are a man, you are a man to me. So that's just basically it. I like the guy who stood up and told this and owned this transgender person. And you know, political correctness is everywhere these days. People are just trying to be politically correct, and because they know that the world is just moving towards that direction. And if you make the wrong move, you are out. You are cancelled, and that's how it is. So yeah, let's continue watching the next video.
Why is it that many men have a problem with women that have a higher salary bracket?
If the money you make changes your attitude towards men, it's not the fact that you make that amount of money, it's the fact that you're with that amount of money.
No, it's the fact. Men have been conditioned so long to believe that all you have to bring to a relationship is financial. So when they don't have that, and the woman steps up and says, well, I have finances, what else do you have? And they don't have anything else. No communication. They can't talk, they can't cook, they can't clean. So really it's because they realize that they're the in the situation. You're the in the situation. And that's the reason why you're acting like that. That's the reason.
So for this one, I'm actually very speechless, because first of all, men do not care about women's money, and that's a fact. But the thing is that mostly when women make money, they actually change their attitude, and that is what makes men separate themselves from women with money. So there is this saying which says, when a man makes money, he wants women, he wants to share it with a woman. But when a woman makes money, she needs no man. And that is actually true with society, because most women, in the first place, if you look at most women, they go for guys with cash already. And the man doesn't care whether you sell at McDonald's, you get trash, whatever you do, the man doesn't care. But when it comes to the women, they would definitely care the status of the man. A woman will never raise a man, but a man will always raise a woman. That is how it is. And that is how men are built in that way. And first of all, she's wrong. She's also wrong by saying that men only offer provision. That's not the truth. Men offer protection, men offer advice, men offer a lot of things. Probably the kind of men that she's been dealing with is what is causing the problem to her, to make her seem as though men don't do much. But men do a lot of things in society. And that is what feminism is actually trying to teach people, that men are not all that, which is quite wrong. And definitely everyone knows that, because men are the backbone of society. Without men, society would crumble to the ground. I watched a documentary of men and women who were sent on an island to go and thrive for themselves. Women could not thrive. Men went and started enjoying themselves. Immediately arrived, they built caves, they built shelter, they went fishing and started eating. So they had a society which was thriving. Whereas the women, on the other hand, first of all, when they arrived there, they started discussing, talking about who is going to be dominant and all that, trying to argue about those things, first of all, and looking at aesthetics, other people saying they can't actually go into the water and all that. In the end, they didn't have any food by night, they didn't have any shelter. And they ended up going to the man's side, and they went to go and eat with the men who welcomed them easily. So that's how it is. Society is always like that. And either way, this is my view at the moment, but you let us know what you think. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Kindly do like, also subscribe and share, and be a brother skipper, so that when you share, when you subscribe and like, more people will be recommended to this content. So thank you very much for watching. This is Maxwell with Z Gambit, and I wish you a wonderful day, afternoon and evening.